Logbook records show the chauffeur-driven car assigned to senior Liberal MP Terry Stevens made no trips to or from his Victor Harbour home between mid-February and mid-May. The former Legislative Council president says he drove himself to and from his country home and that no inference should be drawn about the number of nights he spent in Adelaide. Patrick Martin has this exclusive report.
Questions over expense claims prompted the resignations of 4 country MPs from positions of power. Among them, Terry Stevens, who quit the Legislative Council presidency. He's consistently said his claims for the $30,000 a year country members' accommodation allowance are entirely legitimate.
Since 2011, I've lived in an apartment in Victor Harbour.
Logbook records from mid-February to mid-May show the now former president's chauffeur-driven car made no trips to the South Coast town in that period. The logs, obtained under Freedom of Information, do show Mr Stevens was dropped off or picked up at his second residence in Norwood on 64 days across the 3 months. The records show Mr Stevens' driver accompanied the MP on trips to Whyalla and Kadina and on occasions dropped a staff member and another MP home. Mr Stevens didn't answer questions about how many nights he'd spent at home during the logbook period, but said his practice is to drive himself between Adelaide and Victor Harbour.
The chauffeured vehicle logbooks do not allow an inference to be drawn as to the nights I spent in Adelaide. I continue to vehemently deny all allegations of impropriety.
It doesn't seem to pass the pub test, how this has been used, particularly if that's your primary place of residence. And I think it raises more and more questions that deserve answers.
There is no suggestion the government car was misused at any time.
Terry Stevens said during the months in question, Parliament was grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic and, as President, he needed to be in the building to develop systems and policies so both houses could safely meet.
Mr Stevens relinquished access to the chauffeur-driven vehicle when he resigned from the presidency in September. The Independent Commissioner Against Corruption, Anne Vanstone QC, continues to investigate the use of the country members' accommodation allowance by all MPs. She's yet to make any findings. Patrick Martin, ABC News, Adelaide.